Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. Hey, I really truly want to have an intelligent discussion here this morning. I really truly do. And I hope that you chime in because it's something that has been weighing on my heart for quite some time. And I just sincerely like to know, because I like to know what are the thoughts of the general public, society, and where do we go from here. It's obvious that we are watching America go from bad to worse. It's obvious that things that were permitted, or let's say that are permitted now, used to be considered an abomination, and there's no way that they would be permitted 20 or 30 years ago. I have a bunch of questions here. Number one, are we evolving or are we getting worse? And number two, which is the main thrust of this video right here, is this question right here. Who defines for us our moral compass? Is it the government? Is it your own conscience? Does it come by some religious order? Because it seems to be a systemic argument, especially on social media and YouTube, when you have a bunch of people coming together with different thoughts and different ideas, different persuasions and different perspectives on the morality of life. I mean, you know, we some believe that it's okay, some believe that it's not okay. And where do you draw your conclusions, and where do you draw your laws from? I mean, after all, there has to be something concrete that has to, that defines something for us. Let me give you an example. In parts of the world, they may have laws on the book that says that rape is bad. But that doesn't mean that everybody is convicted that rape is bad. I'll give you an example. Cambodia, they have gang rape on an unprecedented level. And when you talk to these men, reporters have done this, they don't believe that they've done anything wrong. They do not believe that they have violated the rights of that woman. That's just one issue right there, okay? Now we go to another issue, marriage. You have traditional marriage, and then you have biblical marriage, and then you have whatever the rest of the world chooses to come up with. My question is formed in this matter right here. Who among us defines what is morally right and what is morally wrong? Or do we all individually say we do that what we believe to be right in our own eyes, and we're not going to let the Supreme Court or any laws of man, we're not going to let any ministers, we're not going to let anyone convict us or try to condemn us and give us a guilty conscience in whatever we're doing. Today, social media has had a negative strength upon the minds of people. Slander. Is it morally wrong to slander someone? Are you convicted of it? Is it right? I mean, what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to reiterate this again, is I'm trying to figure out if we do not use the scriptures as a moral compass, or if we dissent against secular law as a moral compass, your conscience is different than my conscience. Who then is shaping the value system? Who then is determining our ethics in this world right here of what's right and what's wrong? Because it's obvious that as a society we're headed quickly. We're already there, but I mean, we're getting ready to go over the edge when it comes to lawlessness. People do things. And of course, you hear me. If I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. I guess the law of nature is, I assume it is to harm no one. I mean, that's just in my conscience right there. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm appealing to you, the general public, because we have to have some way to adjudicate matters. We have to have someone, preferably older wise men to define for the successive generations that's coming behind us what is morally acceptable and what is wrong. We really truly do. And today it seems like we have no compass whatsoever at all. It seems to me, and notice I keep saying seem because I don't have all the answers. I want to know what you say. You say. Now I have a certain way that I believe, and I believe that it's the truth, the way I believe, and I live after that, and it is my moral compass. You may disagree, but however, if you are, let's go to some of the designations: atheist, agnostic, believer in the Messiah, or not, or just your own self. What is right? Who determines what is right? And how can we come together and agree upon what is right and what is wrong? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm under no illusion whatsoever at all that you're going to get 7 billion people on the face of planet Earth to agree. No, I'm not. But I thought that it's a good question or questions that is formed because too many times, more often than not, we have people who they may disagree with you, but the reason why they disagree is because they personally do not agree. They do not draw any of their truth from anything concrete. It's mostly just inference, if you understand what I'm saying. And but if we don't make something concrete in society, we are watching what's happening. We're watching what used to be called moral being decapitated today. It's just literally off of the chain. And who determines the limits of morality? Who and at what time? I think this is a good question. So, in a society that has laws, should we go by a religious moral compass? Should we go by a conscious moral compass? Or should we go by a law moral compass, meaning the laws of man or Supreme Court or whatever the politicians determine? That's pretty much the choices. You know, you have religion, you have yourself, or you have either your secular society that determines what is the moral compass. And what are the limits? And of course, I already have my thoughts and beliefs of whether the payments for going against what has already been naturally established, but that's not the question in this video. What sayeth you? I'm sure a lot of people would like to know what the minds of the people are, the court of public opinion are this day. Y'all have a wonderful day.